We got our first look into the new season of high school football this evening. Tonight's schedule featuring preseason scrimmages from across the region, and with just 7 days to go until games start counting towards the standings. In the meantime, energy very high on the field today. So we begin our night with a look at the action from Columbia City. The NE8 runners-up hosting the Warsaw Tigers, fresh off their run at the Class 5A state title game. And it's looking like Warsaw's opponents are going to have a tough time stopping this man, Michael Shank, the 6'2" junior fullback, powering his way forward, dragging a trio of Eagles down with him before he finally goes down. Then not long after that, the pitch goes out to Tucker Reed, and the speedy halfback gets Warsaw into the end zone. So now it's the Eagles' turn on offense, and Columbia City's own junior fullback, well, he's going to learn from what he just saw, and he punches it in. That's Corbin McIntosh making use of the spinning dive to pick up the score. Since the teams are trading 10-play sets, the Eagles do get another go from the 10-yard line. This time they go to the air and tip drill. It lands in the arms of Hunter Dillon. Credit Owen Corbin with pressuring the quarterback, maybe getting his hand on the ball as well, allowing Dillon to tip it up to himself. Both teams making highlights today. Columbia City will open their season at Northwood next week, and Warsaw is at Snyder. Now let's check in on Bishop Luers, the Class 3A state finalists, hosting the ACAC runners-up in Heritage. Knights on offense, and how about Peter Bruff colliding with his man, but falling into the end zone? That's going to count for points. One of two Bishop Luers scores on that sequence. So now it's the Patriots' turn, but QB Zeb Tagulis cannot handle the snap, and the Knights come up with the sack there. Now a few snaps later, linebacker Braden McGrant nearly coming up with the pick, but still knocking it down to the ground. The Luers defense looked good tonight, and they'll open their season next week at Leo. As for Heritage, they start the year on the road against Belmont. Now we've already seen a couple of state runners-up in action, but how about the state champs themselves? Last season, Adams Central finally broke through to win that Class 2A title following 3 straight championship losses in Class 1A. So now they scrimmage with a Fort Wayne foe and one who's never backed down from a challenge before. To Shields Field we go. That's where Bishop Dwenger Saints will host the Jets. The Saints start this drive on the 35-yard line, and Henry Jordan airing it out deep to Thomas Dennis, and that is good for a touchdown. What a play. The catch falling back into the end zone. Those kids are certainly hyped up. So now it's Adams Central turn at the 10-yard line. Jamison Roche throws it to Braylon Reber, and that one is good. Very similar spot. Both teams looking strong as they head into their season openers next week. Now en route to Adams Central's title last year, they only lost to one team. That was the Garrett Railroaders. Now as Garrett prepares for week 1, they got a scrimmage with Bluffton. And first play of this game, Garrett on offense, but they put the ball on the ground. Elijah Kerner falls on it for Bluffton. Bluffton's defense looking strong later in the drive. Garrett losing it again. The Railroaders with 3 fumbles in this series. So now it's going to be Bluffton's turn on offense. And take a look. Axton Best, the junior, what a throw. The beautiful spiral, and Aaron Strevler for the touchdown. The Tigers with a fierce showing today. They open the season at Shenandoah week 1 for the 4th year in a row, and the Railroaders start the year against those Adams Central Jets. Back in Fort Wayne now with a pair of SAC contenders clashing in preseason play. It's Homestead hosting Snyder at Woodside Middle, and Snyder QB hands it off to the powering running back, gets that ball into the end zone. So here we are now with Homestead junior quarterback Logan Frieden answers and takes this one all the way, faking the handoff and scoring there. Now we get to Homestead's senior quarterback behind the offense, and that's Michael White looking strong as well. From scrimmage, completing that big play to number 3, Carter Kennedy. Both of these teams will now gear up for week 1. And our final stop on the football field tonight, we're at Northside High School. They're hosting the Vikings of Huntington North, and both teams getting a chance to show us their red zone offense. But take a look at that play. Lathan James finding his receiver, James Linker, behind the defense. Now Northside responding with a little pitch there, and that's going to bring in a score. So now, second effort from the Vikings, and this one certainly a team effort to get the running back Christian Jemison across the goal line, but he gets there. We'll see both teams in action for next week for their first true games of the season.